Thank you for joining me. Please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel. So this is a creative franchise on MLB The Show. Imagine if the actors from the Marvel Cinematic Universe were to play Major League Baseball, and that's what you'd have here. This is game number 90 of a 162 game regular season. Let's get this game started. Kick it off. So I hit, I pitch, I field. I do not run the bases. I let the computer run the bases for me. And the difficulty setting is set to All-Star. It's a good day for baseball. Avengers 60-29 facing the New York Mets about a week before the All-Star break. Live, we bring you Major League Baseball as the Hollywood Avengers visit the New York Mets. On the mound for the Mets is Tarik Skubal, making his 20th start of the season. Record is 8-6 with a 5.67 earned run average. Leading off for the mighty Avengers is Anthony Mackie, 322, 12 homers, 52 RBIs. He brings a 17-game hitting streak into this contest. Switch hitter batting from the right side against the lefty Skubal. And that's a line drive, base hit. Bounces off the sidewall. He'll only make it to first, but it is now an 18-game hitting streak on the first pitch of the ball game. Here's a replay. Just serves it over the head of the first baseman, Eddie Murray. No chance to get to second because it ricocheted right to the right fielder. So next up is War Machine Don Cheadle, 315, 9 homers, 47 RBIs. He's a center fielder. Quick throw to first, and he's back. Anthony Mackie can fly, obviously. Yes, I know that was a weak pun, but I couldn't help myself. So, and he pulls it foul for strike one. So Don Cheadle plays War Machine, or James Rhodes, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. He was first introduced into the MCU in the movie Iron Man 2. Count is 0-1. Inside, count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. The Mets are 7 games over 500, but that's good enough for first place in the National League East this season, this fictional season. Runner leads off first. Breaking ball low, 2 balls and 1 strike to Cheadle. And he's out in front of the breaking ball, pulls it foul, count evens, 2 balls and 2 strikes. This is the third game of a 4-game series. Avengers have won the first 2 games. Late on the fastball, fouls it off, and the count will remain at 2-2. And again, late behind the fastball. Big lead at first, throw to first, keep him close. Anthony Mackie is the new Captain America in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Sorry for the spoiler, but you should have already seen the Disney Plus show by now. Come on now. And he hits it off the end of the bat, skies it to shallow left field, and makes the catch for out number 1. Starting lineup for the Hollywood Avengers: Anthony Mackie's at short, Don Cheadle's in the center. The catcher is Chris Evans. Designated hitter is Mark Ruffalo. Chadwick Boseman's playing third. First baseman is Robert Downey Jr. In right is Sebastian Stan. In left is Idris Elba. And batting ninth and playing second base is Phil Coulson, agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., Clark Gregg. Fastball inside. Count is 1 ball and no strikes to Chris Evans, the original Captain America, Steve Rogers. He's hitting .303 on the season. He's going, pitches down and in, throw down is not in time, it's a stolen base, cut the check for Anthony Mackie. Here's the replay. Good throw, good, Dave, Roberts, a nice pickup of that short hop. Runner in scoring position now for Chris Evans. The pitch is low in the dirt, blocked nicely by the catcher, but the count now 3 balls and no strikes to Evans. Will he have the green light? No, he won't. Because I'm not going to swing on 3-0. I'm taking a pitch on principle. Slider in there, strike 1. Hitters count, 3 balls and 1 strike to Evans. Switch hitter as well. That ball is high. It is far. That ball is gonzo. It is a 2-run home run here in the top of the first inning. He can do this all day, ladies and gentlemen. Home run number 10 for Chris Evans, and the MCU takes an early 2-0 lead. Let's watch the replay. Boom. No doubt about it. So, bases empty, 1 away from Mark Ruffalo, who's been cold. He's only 2 for his last 20. However, overall, he's hitting .324. He has 19 homers and 74 RBIs. Homers and RBIs lead the ball club. Fastball outside, ball 1. And he's a little late on the fastball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on the Incredible Hulk. Line drive, base hit to left. It's a 1-out single for Ruffalo. Hulk smash. And Scooble can't seem to get anybody out. Here's the replay. Line drive between short and third. Next up, the late, great Chadwick Boseman hitting .345, 12 homers, 45 RBIs. Plays third base for the Avengers. I say late and great because we lost Chadwick to colon cancer in 2020. May he rest in peace. And that's another ground ball through the left side, base hit. 2 on, 1 out. And the hit parade continues. Next up, Tony Stark, 271, 10 homers. Robert Downey Jr. Left-handed hitter against the lefty. Scooble takes the slider outside for ball 1. 10 homers, 44 RBIs for Robert Downey Jr. He's the man who started it all in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. If not for his charisma, there might not be an MCU. No. Checks his swing, pitches inside, count 2 balls and no strikes. No. 3-0 count. Second 3-0 count this inning. Will he have the green light? No, he won't. Don't swing on 3-0. High, but called a strike by the home plate umpire. Hitters count 3 balls, 1 strike. Runners lead off first and second, 1 away here in the top of the first. 2-0 lead already for the Avengers. And he walks him. He walks the bases loaded. And it's been nothing but trouble for the pitcher. Next up, the Winter Soldier Sebastian Stan playing right field today, hitting .289, 5 homers, 18 runs batted, and he has the bases loaded with 1 out. 2 runs have already crossed the plate. Hard ground ball up the middle and through. It is a 2-run single for the Winter Soldier, and the MCU now leads 4-0.
Number 63.
Up next, Idris Elba playing left field today, hitting .277. Slider called a ball. Looked like a strike to me. Count as 1 ball, no strikes on Hemidall from the Thor franchise. Grounder to third, 5, 4, 3. Double play, and the side is retired after half an inning of baseball here at Citi Field. The Avengers score 4 times and take an early 4-0 lead. So it's Jones to Roberts and over to Eddie Murray to complete the round-the-horn double play. This is Avengers baseball. On the mound, gifted with a 4-run lead here in the first inning, is Bradley Cooper. He plays Rocket Raccoon in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. His record is 5-7 with a 5.40 earned run average. Leading off for the Mets, Brian Roberts, .327, 16 homers, 48 runs batted in. First pitch from Cooper is fouled off for strike 1. Cooper has not had a great first half. Change up low and inside, called a strike by the home plate umpire. The Hollywood Avengers are 60-29. They have a 2.5 game lead in the National League West over the Los Angeles Dodgers. And that's a line drive the other way. It is a leadoff single for Brian Roberts. And the Mets have their leadoff man on here in the bottom of the first. Next up, Luis Arias, 332, 4 homers, 19 runs batted in. Roberts is a threat to steal. And that is a lazy fly ball to center. Cheadle is there, and there's one away. Swinging at the first pitch. Sky's out to center field. Starting lineup for the Mets. Brian Roberts is at second. The DH is Luis Arias. Chipper Jones is at third. Mike Trout's in center. Dante Bichette is in right. The first baseman is Eddie Murray. Justin Upton is playing left. Marcus Semien is the shortstop. Batting ninth behind the home plate is Reese McGuire. Chipper, 281, 25 homers, 70 RBIs. He, in real life, is a Hall of Fame third baseman. Swinging a miss at the fastball, 96 on the radar gun. The count is 0-1. That's Clark Gregg over at second base and Idris Elba in left field for the Avengers. That's a line drive, base hit to right. It'll be first and second with one away. Oh, he's going to the next base. Wait, throw to third. He snuck an extra base. So it's first and third with one away for the Mets. Thought he would stop. He did not stop, rounding second. So next up is Michael Trout, 331, 17 homers, 62 runs batted in. Center fielder for the New York Mets. Widely considered the best Major League Baseball player in baseball today. Plays for the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Swing and a miss, strike one. Just misses with the cut fastball outside. The count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Runners lead off first and third. Out in front of the forkball, count is 1-2. Jams him past the diving Tony Stark at first base. It is an RBI single for Michael Trout. And it's a 4-1 lead for the Avengers. Here's the replay. Jams him, but gets enough of it to shoot it the other way past Tony Stark. So Dante Bichette is up. He has power. The manager is going to make a mound visit. Have a talk with Bradley Cooper. Dante Bichette's hitting .318. He has 9 homers and 42 runs batted in. All-star from the 1990s. Fastball outside corner, strike one.
No ball, 1 strike.
Jams him. Right side, out of play. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. So it's 4-1 lead for the MCU. Runners are at first and second with 1 away here in the bottom of the first. Chases a forkball, swing and a miss. There's 2 away. First strikeout of the game for Cooper. Here's a replay. Drink me some water. So, next up for the Mets, switch hitter Eddie Murray, Hall of Fame first baseman. 305, 15 homers, 57 runs batted in. Hitting from the left side against the righty. Rocket Raccoon pitches inside, ball 1. 2 on. So therefore, the tying run is at the plate. Swing and a miss, changeup. Count was 1 ball and 1 strike. Just misses with the fastball outside, 2-1. Home plate umpire squeezing both pitchers. Low. Hitters count to Eddie Murray, 3 balls and 1 strike. And after being given a 4-run lead to start the game, this is not the start Bradley Cooper envisioned. Fouls off the 2-seam fastball. The count will go full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. With 2 away, the runners will be in motion. Here comes the payoff pitch. And that is a line drive base hit to left. Running third and heading home is the base runner. It is an RBI single for Eddie Murray, and they've cut the lead in half. It's 4-2 Avengers here in the bottom of the first. Here's the replay. Just slices it to left field over the head of Black Panther at third base. Next up is the left fielder Justin Upton, who's hitting .268, 15 homers, 43 runs batted in. Tying runs are on base. 2 away here in the bottom of the first. Cut fastball in there. Strike 1. Strike 2. 2 quick strikes on Upton. This series, Upton has been putting on a clinic in left field, making brilliant plays. Swing and a miss. Gets him on the breaking ball. And the side is retired. But the Mets get 2 runs. At the end of 1 inning of play here at Citi Field, it's the Avengers 4, the Mets 2. We go to the top of the second. Up steps Phil Coulson, agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., playing second base today, giving Spider-Man a day off. Clark Gregg is hitting .226. He has 7 RBIs on the season. And it is a slow grounder up the middle. Simeon throws to first, 1 pitch, 1 away. Defensive alignment for the New York Mets in the outfield from left to right. You have Justin Upton, Mike Trout, and Dante Bichette. And in the infield, Chipper Jones, Marcus Simeon, Brian Roberts, Eddie Murray, with Reese McGuire behind the plate. Leadoff man is up again, Mackey, who singled in his first at-bat. Backs him off the plate for ball 1. Captain Wilson. Pitches outside, 2 balls and no strikes on Mackey. And that's a line drive to left. Base hit, 1 out single. His second hit of the ball game. Cut that check. Next up, Don Cheadle's 0 for 1. He flew out in the first. Swings at the first pitch and skies it to right. Fairly deep, but playable. Bichette makes the catch, 2 away. Next up, Chris Evans hit a 2-run home run in the first. Hitting from the right side against the lefty, Tariq Skubal. Fastball low, ball 1. Once a game, I like to show the difficulty options. Gameplay. Hitting difficulty is set to All-Star, and the pitching difficulty is set to All-Star. Again, it's a 4-2 lead for the Avengers here in the top of the second. Evans is up. Pitch to first. Throw to first, pardon me. He's back. It's a 1-0 count to Steve Rogers. Here comes a pitch from Skubal. Jams him inside with the fastball, 97 on the radar gun. The count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Throw to first. He's back. Outside, 2-1.
2-1.
Mackey leads off first. Already has a stolen base today. That ball is high. It is far. That ball is gonzo. That's back-to-back home runs for the Captain America, the original Captain America. He can do this all day. Home run number 10 and 11 this game, and the Avengers now lead 6-2. They get that 4-run lead right back here in the top of the second inning. Here's the replay. Boom! Looked like it was off the end of the bat, but it just took off. Here's the replay. Projected 377. Bases empty, 1 out. Mark Ruffalo singled and scored a run in his first at-bat. Fastball outside, ball 1. So it's 6-2 Avengers here in the top of the second. Inside, 2 balls, no strikes. Mark Ruffalo leads all catchers in the National League in votes for the All-Star game that will happen next week. Inside, 3-0. He's going to take a pitch. Black Panthers on deck. Right down the middle, strike one. Hitters count 3 balls, 1 strike. 2, the Incredible Hulk. Shackles are off. Let's see what happens. And that ball is high. It is far. That ball is gonzo. Hulk smash. Back to back and belly to belly. The 3rd home run of the game for the Avengers. Home run number 20 on the season to lead the ball club. And the Avengers now lead 7-2. Here's the replay. Boom! Skubal needs a trip back down to the minor leagues. He is not ready. And that'll be all for Tariq Skubal here in the top of the 2nd inning. 1 1/3 innings pitched, 7 earned runs. In relief for the Mets is Goose Gossage coming in the 2nd inning. This is his 32nd appearance out of the bullpen. He's 2-1 with a 2.70 earned run average. Goose Gossage can do anything, so I'm sure it'll be much harder to score. So Black Panther steps up. He singled in his first at-bat. Checks a swing. Fastball hits triple digits on the radar gun, but it's outside for ball 1. And that's a line drive to center field, but playable in front of the warning track. Trout makes the catch for the 2nd out. Oh, check that. That's the 3rd out. Pardon me. The Avengers score 3 more times, and after an inning and a half here at Citi Field, it's the MCU 7, the Mets 2. This is Avengers baseball. So we go to the bottom of the 2nd. The shortstop Marcus Semien steps up to the plate. He's hitting .262 on the season. 11 homers, 42 runs batted in. Cooper now has a 5-run lead. No excuses. Fastball in there, strike 1.
0-1.
Skies it to right. Right center, over the shoulder catch. In front of the warning track, Winter Soldier makes the catch in right for out number 1. Defensive alignment for the Avengers in the outfield from left to right. You have Idris Elba, Don Cheadle, and Sebastian Stan. And in the infield, Chadwick Boseman, Anthony Mackie, Clark Gregg at 2nd, Robert Downey Jr. at 1st, with Chris Evans behind home plate. So 1 away, and up steps the catcher, Reese McGuire, hitting .263 on the season. And he pulls it foul for strike 1. Reese has 6 homers and 21 runs batted in on the season. Catcher for the Mets. Pulls the fastball foul, and the count is quickly 0 balls and 2 strikes. Whenever I see the name McGuire, I automatically think Mark McGuire, power hitter from the 1990s. And that is a shallow fly ball racing in. Oh, it hits off his shin. That drops in for a single. Elba is unable to make the shoestring catch. So it is a single for Reese McGuire the other way. Here's the replay. Lineup will turn over for the Mets. Brian Roberts will step up for his 2nd plate appearance. Runner leads off first, 1 down. Checks his swing, but fastball finds the inside corner for strike 1. And he pulls it high and deep. That ball by Brian Roberts is gone. It's a 2-run home run, his 17th of the season, and it is a 7-4 ball game. And this is going to be a slugfest, ladies and gentlemen. Just the kind of game you want to have on a Sunday morning. Here's the replay. Bang. So 3-run lead for the Avengers. Up steps Luis Arias. Bases empty, 1 out, bottom of the 2nd. Here comes the pitch from Bradley Cooper. Fastball low, ball 1. Arias is 4 for 11 in this series. It's a 4-game set. That's a line drive base hit towards the left center field gap. He makes a big turn at first, but will hold thanks to a strong throw from War Machine. And it is a single, and Brian Roberts can't get anybody out. Now check that. Pardon me. Bradley Cooper can't get anyone out. Next up, Chipper Jones, manager, bullpen. Sam Jackson is going to warm up, and Paul Rudd is going to warm up. And the manager is going to go and do another mound visit and talk to him. So Chipper Jones had a single in his first at-bat. Here comes the pitch. Fastball, strike one. Strike two. Chipper has 27 doubles on the season. Strike three called. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Chipper Jones. Third strikeout of the game, second out of the inning. Here's the replay. And you know what? With two strikes, I don't think it's a great strike, but it's too close to take with two strikes. So again, runner at first. Up steps Mike Trout, who has an RBI single today. A little late on the fastball, fouls it up the first base line, strike one. Grounder to short, shovels it to second for the force, and the side is retired. But the Mets score two more runs thanks to a two-run home run from Brian Roberts at the end of 2 innings of play. The Avengers lead 7-4. We go to the top of the third. Up steps Robert Downey Jr. Robert's facing Rich Gossage in his second inning of relief work. And he swings at the first pitch and pops it up. In the infield, Chipper Jones makes the catch, one away. Standings in the National League East, the New York Mets have a 3.5 game lead over the Phillies. Next up, the Winter Soldier, Sebastian Stan. He had a 2-run single in his first at-bat. In there, strike one. Nasty breaking ball, bottom of the zone. Checks his swing, fastball's inside, count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. Outside, 2 balls, 1 strike.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Outside corner, strike 2, count evens, 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, base is empty. Fouls off the fastball, count will remain 2-2. Chases a pitch, goes to the backstop, strike him out, throw him out, just gets him. Almost safe at first on the wild pitch, but there's 2 away. First strikeout for Rich Gossage. Up next is Hemidall, the Winter Soldier, 0 for 1. Fastball inside, ball 1.
1 ball, no strike.
And it's a grounder to second. Brian Roberts throws to first, and the side is retired. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Goose Gossage. And after 2.5 innings of play, it's the Avengers 7, the Mets 4. We can't hear Heidi Watney, unfortunately, so we're going to have to cut away. And up steps Dante Bichette here in the leadoff, the bottom of the third. Dante is 0 for 1. And he's late on the fastball, slices it out of play for strike 1. Dante is 11 for his last 21. That is a .524 clip. So he is super hot. At the knees, strike 2, count as quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Grounder, backhanded, long throw, cut the check. Nice play by Anthony Mackie, and there's 1 away. Standings in the National League West, as I mentioned before, the Hollywood Avengers have taken the place of the San Diego Padres in the NL West, and that currently they have a 3-game lead on the Los Angeles Dodgers as we approach the All-Star break. So 1 away, up steps Eddie Murray, singled in the first, scored a run. Check that, drove in a run. Grounder, backhanded by Tony Stark. Race to the bag, steps on it, 2 away.
The left fielder, number 8, Upton.
So with 2 away and bases empty, Justin Upton steps up to the plate. He struck out in the first. He's 0 for 1.
Ball outside.
Fastball misses outside, ball 1. In there, count as 1 ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss at the cut fastball. Chase the pitch out of the strike zone, count as 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fouls it back. Here comes the pitch from Rocket Raccoon. Out in front, swing and a miss. Strike 3, side is retired. So it's a 1-2-3 inning for Bradley Cooper. And after 3 innings of baseball here at Citi Field, it's a 3-run lead for the MCU. Avengers lead 7-4. So we go to the top of the 4th. Up steps Clark Gregg. He is grounded out in the 2nd. That was against Tariq Subal. Swing and a miss at the fastball. High and tight. Strike 1. Looked overmatched. Grounder to the left side. In the hole. Long throw for Simeon. He makes the throw. And there's 1 away.
Now batting.
The line for Tariq Subal, 1 2/3 innings, 8 hits, 7 earned runs. Ugh. So the lineup for the Avengers turns over yet again. It's the 3rd at-bat for Anthony Mackie. He's 2 for 2. Switch hitter now turns around and bats from the left side. Hits it off the end of the bat. Skies it to right. Deep, but in front of the 330 sign, Dante Bichette makes the catch for out number 2. 2 pitches, 2 away here in the top of the 4th. Next up is Don Cheadle, 0 for 2. 2 flyouts. Bases empty, 2 away. Down and in, ball 1. And he's late on the breaking ball. Pops it up, short left field. Simeon is out there to make the catch. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Goose. That's his 2nd 1-2-3 inning in a row. So he's stopped the bleeding after 3.5. It's Hollywood Avengers 7, New York Mets 4. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Simeon steps up to the plate. He's 0 for 1. Fastball at the knees, strike 1. That's a line drive to left. There is Hemidall. Idris Elba makes the catch, 1 away.
Now batting, number 11.
Reese McGuire had a single and a run scored in his first at-bat. Steps up with 1 out. Fastball inside, ball 1. Reese is 5 for his last 16. That's a .313 average. A little better than his season average.
Yep.
Strike. Count as 1 ball and 1 strike. Low, 2-1.
2-1.
Grounder to the second baseman. Clark Gregg throws to first, 2 away. So next up is Brian Roberts. Brian has a single and a 2-run homer. He is 2 for 2. He's having a game. Popped up, racing over is Mackie to make a great catch in short left field, pardon me, to retire the side. So it looks like Rocket Raccoon has settled down at the end of 4 innings of play. It's a 3-run lead for the Avengers. Taking over on the mound is Tyler Olson
Number 55.
after 2 1/3 shutout innings from Rich Gossage. Tyler Olson's a left-handed pitcher, and he will face Chris Evans, who has 2 homers and 4 RBIs today. Turn around, and he will hit from the right side. Breaking ball inside, ball 1.
1-0.
2 righties warming in the Mets bullpen, Hector Rondon and Craig Stammen. 1 ball, no strikes to Evans. Swing and a miss at the fastball, only 88 on the radar gun. He was out in front, count as 1 ball and 1 strike. High, 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And he pulls it foul. Count evens, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Count goes full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. On deck is Mark Ruffalo. Here comes the full count pitch from Olson. Grounded up the third baseline, foul ball, and we will do it again. Olson sets and delivers. Down the third baseline, backhanded from foul territory, long throw from Chipper, and that is a Gold Glove third base play right there. There's 1 away. Sidearm throw from foul territory makes it look easy. Don't care about the road to the show report. Up next is the Incredible Hulk, who's 2 for 2 with a homer today. Fouls off the fastball, strike 1. His 20 homers leads the ball club. And he hits another one high and deep. That ball is foul, just foul. That was almost his 2nd homer of the game. Count is 0-2. Grounder up the third baseline and through. It's a single. Oh, wait, he drops the ball, makes a turn, heads to second. Will he make it? The throw to second is not in time, so it's going to be a single and an E7. As Upton failed to come up with the ball, he's been playing a Gold Glove level left field all series. Up next, Chadwick Boseman, who's 1 for 2, runner in scoring position. Fastball outside, ball 1. Surprising lapse in defense from Upton and left. Bouncer to third, looks the runner back, throws to first, 2 away. Nice play by Chipper Jones, putting on a clinic.
Now batting, number 12.
So, Robert Downey Jr. steps up with 2 outs, runner in scoring position. He walked in the first. Officially, he is 0 for 1. Here comes the pitch. Low, ball 1. RDJ is hitting .317 with runners in scoring position. And he yanks it foul. Right field side. Count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. Did he check it?
What do you got?
According to the third base umpire, yes, he did. The count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Outside corner, strike 2. Count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 3-run lead for the MCU. Runner leads off second. Here comes the pitch. Low, full count. On deck is the Winter Soldier. Here comes the payoff pitch from Olson. And he hits it to left. It's a bloop base hit. Rounding third and heading home is the Incredible Hulk. It's an RBI single for Iron Man, and the MCU now leads 8-4. He just served it the other way. A bloop base hit to right. Check that left. I always confuse my left and my right. So next up is Sebastian Stan. 2-run single. It's 1 for 2. Late on the fastball, strike 1. So it's again a 4-run lead for the MCU. Down and in, ball 1. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Just gets a piece. Count is 1 and 2. Sebastian Stan didn't play much in the first half of the season, but he's trying to force his way into the lineup. And he hits a line drive to the first baseman. Murray makes the catch to retire the side, but the Avengers get another run on the RBI single by Tony Stark. And after 4.5 innings of play, it's the Avengers 8, the Mets 4. So, bottom of the fifth, Luis Arias is 1 for 2 with a single. Steps up against Bradley Cooper. At the knees, strike 1. Inside with the cut fastball, count as 1 ball and 1 strike. Looked low, but called a strike by the home plate umpire. The count is 1 and 2. And that is a line drive foul ball. And he pops it up, foul territory, hits the side screen. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Misses low, 2 and 2. Jams him. Racing over is Anthony Mackie. Cut the check. There's 1 away. Nice play by Captain America. So Chipper Jones steps up to the plate. He's singled. He scored a run. He is 1 for 2. 1 out, bases empty. And that's a line drive, base hit to center field. He's 2 for 3. It's a 1 out single for Chipper. They have a base runner. Here's the replay as I drink my water. Mike Trout. Mike has an RBI single today, 1 for 2. Runner leads off first. Pops it up in the infield. Sam Wilson. 2 outs. Next up, Dante Bichette, 0 for 2. Struck out, he grounded out. The average has dipped to 316. Late on the fastball, 96 on the radar gun. Count is 0 and 1. And he pops it up to left. Elba is there to retire the side. So it's an official ball game. 5 innings complete here at Citi Field. The Avengers lead 8 to 4. This is Avengers baseball. So we go to the top of the 6th. Idris Elba is 0 for 2, 2 groundouts. He faces Tyler Olson. That ball is high. It is far. That ball is gonzo. Idris Elba hits home run number 7 on the season, a solo shot, and the Avengers now lead 9 to 4. If I'm not mistaken, that is the 5th home run hit today by the Avenger lineup. Line drive shot from Hemidall, who sees all. Bang. Took the low breaking ball and just lined it out like a rocket. So next up, Gregg. Grounded out twice today. Just gets a piece with the fastball. Fouls it off, strike 1. Clark's hitting only .218 on the season. Basically a utility man. Line drive, foul ball, 2 quick strikes on Gregg. Nobody out here in the top of the 6th. And that's a deep drive. He's got a chance. This ball is gonzo. That's back-to-back and belly-to-belly. That is Gregg's first major league home run. Phil Coulson, agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Here's the replay. And the score is now 10 to 4. Big moment to hit your first home run in the major leagues. So they made a call to the bullpen. Rowan Wick will come in relief. He's 1 and 2 with a 4.60 earned run average. He's seen action in this series. Lineup turns over again for the Avengers. 4th at bat for Anthony Mackie. He's 2 for 3 with 2 singles, 6 for 12 in this series. Fastball is high, ball 1. Mackey's hitting from the left side against the righty Wick. Comes the pitch. And it's a hard ground ball. No, check that. It's a two-hopper to the second baseman. Roberts throws to first, and there is one away.
Now batting, number 10.
Don Cheadle, War Machine, is 0 for 3 today. He seems to be the only person not in on the hit parade. Let's see if he can change that in this at-bat. Here comes the pitch from Wick. Fastball outside corner, 95 on the radar gun. Strike one. A little late on the fastball, slicing towards the right field seats. Out of play. Count is 0-2 on Cheadle. And that's a hard ground ball to the third baseman. Chipper throws to first, 2 away. Next up, Chris Evans. He's 2 for 3. He has 2 homers today. He's hitting now from the left side against the righty. Can he hit a home run from each side of the plate? And it's a deep drive, but playable in front of the warning track in right center field. Trout makes the catch to retire the side. So they get 2 more runs on 2 back-to-back solo homers. After 5.5, it's the Hollywood Avengers in double digits. They lead 10-4 as the plane passes. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. Eddie Murray has an RBI single today. He's 1 for 2. No reason why Cooper can't pitch another inning, considering the fact that checks a swing, inside corner, strike one. Eddie Murray has 3,000 hits in real life. He has 500 homers in real life. He is a Hall of Famer who played for the Baltimore Orioles. Hard ground ball, knocked down. He takes it himself, beats him to the bag, and there's one away. That was a close play at first, but Tony Stark won the foot race. So 1 down, Justin Upton steps up to the plate, struck out twice. He's 0 for 2. Strike one. Grounder to third. Black Panther throws in time, 2 away. Next up, Marcus Semien, who's 0 for 2. He flied out, he's lined out. Here comes the pitch from Bradley Cooper. In there, strike one, 96 on the radar gun. Fouls off the cut fastball. Count is 0-2 on Semien. I think Semien plays shortstop for the Oakland A's. I think he's a current major leaguer. Not 100% sure. That's a deep drive the other way. That ball's got a chance. It is gone. That's a solo home run for Marcus Semien. His 12th homer of the season. And it's a 5-run ball game as the Avengers now lead 10-5. Here's the replay. Just went with it the other way. Down the right field line. No chance for the Winter Soldier. So, 2 down, bases empty. Up steps the catcher, Reese McGuire, who's 1 for 2 with a single today. Fouls it off, strike one. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Grounder, foul ball, count remains no balls and 2 strikes. And he skies it to right. Should be an easy play for Sebastian Stan. He makes the catch to retire the side. So a solo homer from Marcus Semien gets them a little bit closer. However, as we end the 6th inning, still a 5-run lead for the Avengers. Top of the 7th, Mark Ruffalo's 3 for 3. He's got that average back up to 330. He has a homer today, his 20th, 2 singles. Comes a pitch from Rowan Wick, who's out there for his, at least his 2nd inning of work. Could be his 3rd inning of work. Sometimes I lose track. Inside pitch, foul back, strike one. Swing and a miss, count is 0-2. Grounder up the middle and through. It is a leadoff single for the Incredible Hulk. Ruffalo now has 4 hits in today's ball game. So he was 2 for 20 and now comes back with a 4-hit ball game. Shaking off the cobwebs. Next up, T'Challa, Black Panther, 1 for 3 with a single. Runner at first, nobody out. Breaking ball inside, ball 1.
1-0.
Grounder through the hole in the left side. It is a base hit for Black Panther. And there are 2 runners on and nobody out here in the top of the 7th. And the hit parade continues. Here's the replay. Hard ground ball with eyes. Next up, Tony Stark. He has an RBI single today. He's 1 for 2. 2 on, nobody out. 10-5 lead for the Avengers. And he pulls it hard but foul. Strike 1. That's a base hit up the middle. Rounding third and heading home is the Hulk. Throw to the plate is cut off. He's not in time. The relay throw to the plate. It is an RBI single for Tony Stark, and the MCU now leads 11-5. Let's watch the replay. Okay, line drive up the middle. Throw from the center fielder is cut off by the infielder. The relay is not in time. Runners at first and third, still nobody out. Sebastian Stan is up. He's 1 for 3 with a 2-run single today. Checks his swing, pitches outside, ball 1. Doesn't look like the runs are going to stop. Swing and a miss at a pitch out of the strike zone. Count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. I was just getting too anxious at the plate for Winter Soldier.
No.
Checks the swing, breaking balls outside. Count as 2 balls and 1 strike. On deck is Idris Elba. Runners lead off first and third, nobody out. Hitters count 3 balls and 1 strike.
3-1.
Met bullpen can't seem to get anybody out. The only pitcher to perform well was Goose Gossage. Jams him inside. That could have been ball 4, but now the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. That ball is high. It is far. That ball is gonzo. It is a 3-run home run for the Winter Soldier. Sebastian Stan's home run number 6 on the season. And it is a 14-4. Check that. 14-5 lead for the MCU. Here's a replay. Oh, just got all of it. I think that's home run number 7 on the game, if I'm not mistaken.
Your attention, please.
Another relief change. Hector Rondon comes in relief. He's 4-4 with a 4.14 earned run average. Up next is Idris Elba. Again, it's a 14-5 lead. Idris has a home run today, and he may have another. That ball is high. It is far, but over the shoulder catch for Justin Upton. Finally, for the first out of the inning here in the top of the 7th inning. 1 swing from Rondon and 1 out. Clark Gregg, 1 for 3. He has his first homer of his career today. 1 out, bases empty. Fastball inside, ball 1. Swings at the high fastball, a little late, fouls it off. Count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. Inside, 2-1. And he pulls it foul off of that screen. Count evens, 2 balls and 2 strikes on Gregg. That's a line drive. Base hit to center field. It's his 2nd hit of the ballgame. He's 2 for 4. Homer and a single. So he's had a productive day at the plate, giving a day off to Tom Holland at second base. So next up is Anthony Mackie, who's 2 for 4. Hitting from the left side. Oh, he pops him up. Reese McGuire makes the catch, 2 away. Next up, Don Cheadle. Don is 0 for 4. He might be the only hitter in the Avengers lineup without a hit today. Ground ball, one hopper to the second baseman. Routine play. Side is retired. But they score another 4 runs. Get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the 7th inning stretch. Stretch. It's 14-5 Avengers here in this third game of a 4-game set. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Stepping up is Brian Roberts, who's had a day. He's 2 for 3 with a homer. Fastball in there, strike 1. And he lines it foul. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Roberts. Chases a pitch down and in. Cut fastball gets him. Swing and a miss. That's strikeout number 5 for Rocket Raccoon. Terrible angle. But you can tell that he's tied in knots. So Luis Arias is 1 for 3 with a single. 5 for 13 in the series. That is a .385 average. Fastball looked like a strike. Called the ball by the home plate umpire. The count is 1 ball and no strikes. Grounded to short. Fields fires. Got him. 2 away. Next up is Chipper Jones. 2 for 3 with 2 singles and a run scored. 2 outs, bases empty. 14-5 Avengers. Fastball low, ball 1. Swing and a miss out in front of the changeup. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. Ground ball, base hit through the box. That's the 3rd hit of the game for Chipper. 2 out single, and the inning will continue. Next up, Mike Trout. RBI single today. He's 1 for 3. Fouls it upstairs behind home plate for strike 1. So it's a 9-run lead for the Avengers. I think 14 runs might be their most of the season. And that's another base hit through the center of the diamond. 2 outs, runners at first and second, and there is no reason for me to stretch it any further. I might as well call the bullpen. Dante Bichette. Nah, you know what? Here we go. Fastball, foul back, strike 1. Let him get himself out of trouble. And he does so. Deep fly ball on the warning track. Elba retires the side. So at the end of 7, it's a 9-run lead for the Avengers. MCU leads 14-5. Oh yeah. Feels good. Sunday afternoon baseball. Feels good. So we're going to go to the top of the 8th. Before Chris Evans tries to get home run number 3 today, we're going to go to the bullpen. Switch hitter, righty. We're going to put Paul Rudd in the game. Scheduled to put him in the game. So hitting from the left side against Hector Rondon, Chris Evans has 2 homers today. And now he has a 3rd hit, a single the other way, and the leadoff man is on here in the top of the 8th for the Avengers. He has 3 hits. Here's the replay. 2 homers, 4 RBIs. Next up, Incredible Hulk, 4 for 4. A homer and 3 singles. And he might be 4 for 5, and he is. Hard hit, but right at Mike Trout in center for the first out. 1 away. Chadwick Boseman, two singles, 2 runs scored. High, ball 1.
1 ball, no
2
strike.
right-handers warming in the Mets bullpen. Adam Ottavino and Mariano Rivera. Fascinating that they have Mariano Rivera, and I haven't seen him. It's the 3rd game in the 4-game series, and this is the first time seeing him. Pulls it foul. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike to Black Panther. Runner leads off first. 1 away. Top of the 8th. 14-5 lead. That ball is high. It is far. That ball is gonzo. It is a 2-run home run for Black Panther. Wakanda forever. It's home run number 13 on the season for Chadwick Boseman, and they now lead 16-5. My God, man. The floodgates have smashed open. Let's see the replay. Oof. It is a day to forget for the Mets pitching staff. Next up, Robert Downey Jr. 2 for 3, 2 singles, 2 RBI. Checks the swing, fastball is low. No, check that, changeup is low, ball 1. That ball is pulled foul. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike on Tony. Skies it to center field. Actually, check that. Marcus Semien on the edge of the center field grass makes the catch. Pop up 2-way. Sebastian Stan has 5 RBIs today. He's 2 for 4 with a 3-run home run. And he hits this ball deep but playable on the warning track. Trout makes a nice over-the-shoulder catch to retire the side at the 7.5. They score 2 more runs. It's the Hollywood Avengers 16. The New York Mets 5. This is Avengers baseball. Wow. Do you want to change pitchers? Yes, I do. In relief is Paul Rudd. 1-0 with a 3.90 earned run average. This is his 27th appearance out of the bullpen. He will face, to lead off the bottom of the 8th, Eddie Murray, who has an RBI single today. Eddie is 1 for 3. Fastball, strike 1. In a situation like this, all you want is for Ant-Man to throw strikes. Change up out in front, 2 quick strikes on Eddie Murray. Ground ball past the third baseman the other way and into left field. It is a second hit of the game for Eddie Murray, and they have the leadoff man on. Next up, Justin Upton, 0 for 3. And that's a line drive headed down the left field corner. It is foul. Strike 1. Almost a double, but not quite. And that's a line drive base hit. 2 quick hits to welcome Paul Rudd on the mound. 2 on, nobody out here in the bottom of the 8th for the Mets. Here's the replay. Oh, he's getting good wood. Next up, Marcus Semien, who homered in his last at-bat. He's 1 for 3. Grounder, 5, 4, 3, double play. So they will exchange the 2 outs for the runner at third.
Now batting, number 11.
Round the horn double play. Here's the replay. We have Chadwick Boseman to Clark Gregg, and then over to Robert Downey Jr. to complete the double play. Next up is Reese McGuire, who's 1 for 3 with a single. He has a runner at third and 2 out. Fastball misses inside, ball 1. Strike 1. Count as 1 ball and 1 strike. Just gets a piece of the 12-6. Count is 1 and 2 on Reese. Swing and a miss. The high fastball struck him out, and the side is retired. No runs, 2 hits, 1 left on. At the end of 8 innings of play, it's an 11-run lead for the MCU. They lead 16-5.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Mariano Rivera is 2-0 with a 2.23 earned run average. He has 20 saves in 22 appearances. This is the 3rd game in the series. He hasn't had a save opportunity yet, so they're bringing him out in a blowout just so he can get a little bit of work. He will face Idris Elba, who's 1 for 4 with a solo homer in the 6th. Manager, bullpen. Sam Jackson is going to pitch tonight, scheduled to pitch tonight. If he's going to warm up all day, he deserves to pitch. So, Elba's 1 for 4 against what is considered the greatest closing pitcher of all time, Mariano Rivera of the New York Yankees. High, ball 1, count as 1 ball and no strikes. just gets a piece of the cut fastball. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Part of the championship dynasty run, Mariano Rivera had a cut fastball that nobody could hit. Certainly not left-handers. Break their bat. Low, 2-1. Don't know if it translates into video games, but Mariano Rivera in real life was devastating. And he skies it to right. Easy play for Dante Bichette, and there's one away here in the top of the ninth. Next up, Clark Gregg's 2 for 4 with a single and a homer. His first homer of the season and first homer of his career. Phil Coulson. Chases the cut fastball, swing and a miss, strike 1. Jams him, pops it up. Short center fields. Charging is Mike Trout, and there are 2 outs.
Now batting, number 9.
Lineup turns over at bat number 6 for Anthony Mackie. He's 2 for 5 with 2 singles. Cutter low, ball 1.
1-0.
Imagine if Mariano Rivera was drafted by the Mets instead of the Yankees. He would never have made those championship runs in the 90s. Cut fastball, count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike. Perhaps the year 2009 would have been different. Mets, Subway Series, Mets versus Yankees. Maybe the Mets would have won that series instead of lost it. That's a line drive, base hit with 2 outs. Hit number 3, Anthony Mackie cut the check. His 3 for 6 today with 3 singles. Here's the replay. Just pulls it to the right side. Next up, Don Cheadle, who's 0 for 5 today. Will he be 0 for 6? Cutter low, ball 1. In a game where the MCU scores 16 runs, Don Cheadle goes 0 for 5. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. So the good news, if history had happened this way, where Mariano Rivera fouls it off, count is 2-1. If Mariano Rivera was a Met instead of a Yankee, the Mets would have won in 2009. But Mariano probably would have only had 1 championship instead of 5. So. And is it a bloop that will drop into center field? It will. It's his first hit of the game. He's going for second, and he'll be in there. It is a bloop double, hustle double, number 21 on the season for Don Cheadle. And after getting 2 quick outs, Mariano Rivera has now given up a single and a double. So Cheadle gets his hit to join the hit parade. Runners in scoring position with 2 outs. Up next is Chris Evans, 3 for 5, his chance to hit 3 homers in 1 game with 2 outs in the top of the 9th. Chases a fastball low, ball 1. Check that, strike 1, pardon me. In the dirt, blocked nicely by McGuire. Count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. Oh, he pulled it foul. High and deep, but foul. And the count will go 1 ball, 2 strikes to Evans. Jams him with the cut fastball, fouls it off. Count remains 1-2. Mackie leads off third. Cheadle leads off second. Evans at the plate. Here comes the pitch from Mariano Rivera. And he pulls it foul again, ties him in up on his hands. But he can do this all day. Fouls it back again. This will be the 20th pitch of the inning for Mariano. This next pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him out with the cutter. Struck him out. Side is retired. We will go to the bottom of the ninth. Last licks for the New York Mets. They trail by 11. It's 16-5. So let's go to the ninth. Do you want to change pitchers? Yes, I do. Nick Fury, Samuel L. Jackson's 4-6 with a 3.77 earned run average. He will pitch the garbage time ninth. Leading off is the switch hitter Brian Roberts, who will turn around and hit from the right side against the lefty Nick Fury. He's 2 for 4 today with a homer. That's a fly ball to right. There is the Winter Soldier, 1 away. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Number 2, designated hitter, Luis Arias.
Next up is the DH Luis Arias. Luis is 1 for 4. Screwball in there, strike 1. Would have loved to have put an eye patch on Nick Fury, but the game didn't let me. So, Knuckler floats in there, count as quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on Arias. Swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Arias. There's 2 down, and the Mets are down to their final out of the game.
Now batting, third baseman, Chipper.
Was a strike. Chipper Jones, another switch hitter, turns around, bats from the right side. He's 3 hits today, 3 singles. Breaking ball in there, strike 1. 4 for 12 in the series. Jams him. This should do it. Foul territory. Tony Stark makes the catch to retire the side. Ball game over. Avengers win 16-5. So that's win number 61 on the season. They've taken the first 3 games of this 4-game set, so they get the brooms out for a possible 4-game sweep tomorrow. So they're 61-29. They're now 3.5 games in front of the second place Los Angeles Dodgers in the National League West as we approach the All-Star break. Win number 6 for Bradley Cooper. Rocket Raccoon is now 6-7. Tariq Skubal, who never really got out of the blocks, takes the loss, inning and 2/3. He's given up 8 hits and 7 earned runs. And the player of the game is Chris Evans, 3 for 6. He had 2 homers and 4 RBIs. He is your player of the game. This has been a presentation of Avengers Baseball. I am RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. Please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel. If you don't like baseball, right now I'm working on a Madden 22 franchise, which I will continue tonight, and a Star Trek science fiction role-playing game, Star Trek Online. So I'm working on 3 different playlists at the same time. So if baseball's not your thing, please check out some of the other content on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching. Have yourself a great Sunday afternoon.